Desperation. Some people get really desperate when you're in a very desperate situation. Some people don't mind jail. Some people hate it. Some people are incapable of going. That guy must have heard stories about prison and rapes and getting beat up and all kind of stuff. So he's like, nah, I'd rather just die. Because, yeah, kind of true. If you're in prison for hurting kids, whether molesting or just abuse, it ain't gonna go good for you in jail. But yeah, let's check out the report, and I'll give you some more commentary afterwards.
As reported by TooFab, a North Dakota man killed himself in court on Monday moments after hearing a guilty verdict. Jeffrey Sahl Ferris, 54, had been accused of chasing a group of minors near his home in his car while armed with a gun. But just minutes after a jury at the Federal Courthouse in Fargo had returned its verdict, Ferris grabbed an envelope opener and slashed his own throat. According to witnesses, U.S. Marshals wrestled him to the floor. Emergency crews were immediately summoned to the courthouse, but they were unable to save him. The incident happened just seconds after the jury had been escorted out. According to Native News Online, U.S. District Judge Peter Welter had just denied Ferris's request to be released for 24 hours before returning to jail. Witnesses said he had requested to be released until sentencing, which was refused, before he asked for 1 day to sort out a child care situation, which was also refused. That's when he grabbed the blade. Witnesses said he was fidgeting with his neck right before the guilty verdict was read out. The weapon was initially reported to have been with a pen or shank, but witnesses later confirmed it was an envelope opener. Ferris, a former emergency medical technician, had faced charges of assault with a deadly weapon, reckless endangerment, terrorizing, and using a firearm in a violent felony, stemming from an incident that occurred on the Turtle Mountain Indian Reservation in May of 2019. He had been chasing a group of 7 youths away from an abandoned house near his home, driving his Jeep after them at excessive speeds, nearly hitting them, all while in possession of a 9mm handgun. One of the youths, who was riding a dirt bike, crashed and fell off. Ferris got out of his vehicle, pointed his gun at the youth, and threatened to kill them if they ever returned. Ferris was facing a minimum of 7 years for the conviction, but died before he was ever sentenced.
Could you imagine being in that courtroom? All that blood splatter? I mean, because if you cut your throat, you know, that big the vein on your neck, from what I understand, it creates a whole bloodbath. I don't think the jury was there. I think the jury had left at that point, but I'm pretty sure there was still a lot of people there. And he was thinking about it for a while, I guess, because he was fidgeting with his throat. So he was thinking about it. He's like, if it comes back guilty, I'm gonna stab myself with this envelope opener. I'm thinking, how sharp could that envelope opener be? He must have really put some pressure on his neck. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know how sharp an envelope opener is. I always use my finger or just rip it open. I don't know, but it must be a little sharp. Either he slit his throat or just stabbed himself. But nah, I think he slit his throat. Yeah, but maybe it should serve as a lesson to anybody out there who's thinking about hurting kids, pointing guns at them and stuff. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Thanks for watching. Check out one of my audiobooks, ebooks, paperbacks, or just donate to an app to support this channel. Link down below.